Hello everyone, this is Lace Padilla, and today I'm going to show you how to use Qualtrics to create a custom validating question that should greatly reduce random responses that you commonly get with online populations such as Amazon Mechanical Turk. So what we're going to do is in Qualtrics first create a new survey, and we're going to use the quick survey builder, and I'm going to call mine validation question and go ahead and hit create survey. Great. So the way this is going to work is that we're first going to create a question and then ask participants to remember a detail of that question by typing in a text box, and then we're going to validate their response and allow them to either progress or not progress to the rest of the survey. So the first thing we'll do is create a new question, and it will be descriptive text. So I have some text from a real survey that we just ran, and I'm going to copy it in this box. You can copy anything here, what is ever relevant to your study. The first paragraph is just talking about the experiment generally. This line here is the relevant one, and it says, in the following experiment, you'll be provided a topographical map which shows landscape elevation. And we're going to ask participants about that particular line in the next question. So add a page break. From here, what we're going to do is to create a text entry question. And again, I'm just going to copy over this text from a real survey. And what this is asking from the prior paragraph, it's asking during the study, you'll be asked to look at a or an blank showing landscape elevation. And what we'd like them to do is type in the word map and then validate if they type that incorrectly. So for the validation, what we're going to do is use the add skip logic. So you have add skip logic here. You also have the option to select it over here. And what happens is this dialog box pops up. This if part relates to my question. It's pulling just the first sentence of the question. And you have the option of equal to, or a variety of different options here. We're going to select contains. We're going to type in the word map. And this will make it so that if they type in MAP in with any characters preceding or following it, then it will show as a correct response. And instead of sending them to the end of the survey, we're going to send them to the next block. Then skip to end of block. Next, what we're going to do is to add a page break, and then add the question they will essentially get stuck on if they answer incorrectly. So this will be the incorrect response page. So we're going to create descriptive text. I'm just going to type in the word incorrect here. Next, we're going to add another block. If they answered this question correctly, it's going to skip to the next block. So I'm going to just add some descriptive text and type in the word correct. Great. So what will happen now is if they answer their question correctly, it'll skip to this block and then proceed. If they answer incorrectly, it'll skip to this question. In its current state, they will be allowed to click the next button to move from this question to the next block. So what we would like to do is to remove the next button from this particular page. And this is done relatively easily with a pretty nice HTML trick. So you can click this HTML view button, and then above the word incorrect, you can include the CSS code. And what you see here is this first line indicates the start of a CSS code, and this closing lines, what this slash means, closing style, is closing the code. So everything in between those two tags is our CSS. And what this particular CSS doing is it is selecting this skin div and then the button category inside of that, and it's setting that to display none. So it's going to make it so that the button does not display on this particular page. So it looks like it messed up the text, but it actually didn't. It just is taking a little bit for the preview. And we can actually test it to see how it looks. So if you hit preview survey, this is the starting text that we have. Let's type in the word map to see if it'll work. Correct, wonderful. And then it'll take us to the end of the survey. If we start again, type in something incorrect, we have the incorrect response, and you can see there's no button on this page of whatsoever, so they're not allowed to progress beyond this. Let's try another version. You can see I have map in here at some point. Correct response, great, it validated it, and they were allowed to progress all the way to the end. Great, so that's it for this tutorial. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, or requests for future tutorials.